Is it 1? C?
Let's take a look here. So 16 minus 11 is 5, absolute value. 9 minus 13 is minus 4, absolute value. 5 minus 4 is 1. Very good. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So the good start here. Here is a new problem for you to look at. And just sort of gauging where you're at. So don't, it's not just, oh, she got them all right, all wrong. Just give that a try, please.
All right. Is it B?
Let's take a look here. So when you substitute for variables, it's good to substitute them in parentheses. It's more important when they actually are negative. So
Yeah.
because neither P nor Q are negative, it really doesn't matter here. So it's really 4 times 1 plus 2 plus 5. So that's 4 times 8, which is 32. Yes, that is letter
All right.
B. Good. Okay. Next question here. And everything we're doing right now is considered pre-algebra. I know you said you've already done
Yeah.
that, but this is just a good place to start.
Yes.
This says find the slope of the line through each pair of points. I'll give you the slope formula just because maybe you haven't done this in a while. But I want you to try to execute from here and see what you can do with this.
Okay, I'm not that good at graphs. I like graphics. Is it -3 over 0?
So yes, the answer so the formula here is important here. That's I could tell there might be a little bit of a struggle with this one. So it's 11 minus a minus 14. So it's good to
Oh, is
label
that
x1, y1, x2, y2, and then 9 minus 9. So it is over 0, which is kind
but
of a.
yeah.
So what's the problem here? What's the problem with division by 0?
You can't divide by 0.
Right. And here's why. Division is a sharing problem. When you're dividing,
Yeah.
it's sharing. And there's a lot to share, but no one to share it with. So that's
Yeah.
sort of bad. Um, This is okay though. 0/25 is 0. And the reason is you have nothing to share, but 25 people to share it with, so they just get nothing.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's okay. So let's do a few more of these slope problems here.
Alright.
Give me just a moment here to pull up some problems that will help us here. So I want you to find the slope between these 2 points. And again, I'll write the slope formula here. It's y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1.
I got -10 over -9.
Give me your answer one more time. I'm sorry.
Or 10 over 9, I guess. 'cause
Okay, that
-6.
sounds better. Minus
Yeah.
5 minus 5 minus 4 minus 5 is minus 10 over minus 9, which is 10 over 9, like that.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Let's try a couple more here. My guess is that once you've seen a few problems, it'll all sort of come back,
Yeah.
but that could be, and it may be as simple as that. Maybe just, hey, I haven't had much practice in a while.
Yeah.
Specific practice, we'll see. All right, so why don't you try one more here for me, please, and then we'll move on to
Okay.
another topic.
I got 1/4.
Say that one more time.
I got 1/4.
Okay, so we have -4 minus a -2, -4 minus 4. This becomes -4 plus 2 over -8, -2 over -8, which is 1/4. Very good.
Yeah.
And so
I
I'm
mean, I
working
just
them out.
forgot it at this point.
Yeah, I'm just working these out in case you want to look at them later on the video replay or in the notes, not because I don't believe you got the right answer or not. Okay, a couple of new problems here for you to look at. All right, here we go. Go ahead and try each of these, please, and let me know what you come up with.
I got B.
Okay, can you do the next one for me?
Yeah. I think that one's D.
Okay, very good. You're both correct here. It's a good sign. A couple of solving problems I'd like you to try here. And take your time here. There's no rush, we don't need to be
Alright,
going,
does x equal 6?
sorry, the first one you said x equals 6.
Yeah.
Okay, go on to the next one, please. Give me just a moment, please.
Alright. I got x equals 4.
All right, I'm back here. Did you get the answer to the second one?
Yeah, I got x equals 4.
Say that one more time.
I got x equals 4.
4, like that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I keep asking because it's like I hear you and then it trails off, and who knows? It
No,
could
it's
be the
all good.
microphone.
It might be
Yeah,
my
yeah,
AirPod. I don't know.
yeah. And I know it's not exciting. It's math. It's it's 11 a.m. in the summer. Like I
Oh
get it.
yeah.
Um, now uh, here is here is so what did I want to say? Sorry. Oh,
Yeah.
sometimes I have to get up. I should have mentioned in the beginning, like I'm at home. I'm sure you're at home. Like if you need to get
Yeah.
up and do anything, just do it. Like,
Okay.
it's not like we're not, in a prison cell here where we're just,
Yeah.
we're stuck. Um, Now the second one is correct. The first one is not. So let me work through
Okay.
the first one.
Yeah.
You multiply both sides by 2 and you get 2x minus 8 equals 10.
Oh,
Add 8 to both sides. 2x equals 18, divide by 2, x equals 9.
okay.
All right. So what I'm noticing here is maybe this is a good place to start with solving equations for us, just kind of as a review here of what to do. So let me grab a worksheet that's available on my website and see if we can work through this.
All right.
So let me just throw kind of a medium-ish problem in front of you. And instead of having you solve it, why don't you try telling me what to do to solve this?
Okay.
Any idea here?
You take you add the 1 to each side.
Okay. Negative 12 equals minus 3z. Now what do you do?
And then well, I don't know. I always just figure out the answer for this because it equals 4.
Okay,
Like
so
z
so
equals 4.
so so yeah, so we got to do it
I don't
differently.
know how to explain how I
Okay,
do
that
it.
that's good. That's good for me to know. That 'cause I'm trying to figure out like we're trying to figure out like this baseline, like where is
Yeah.
your knowledge at, and then where can we go up from there? And there might be some
Yeah.
cracks, we got to go up, or maybe there's some ceilings, and you're like, okay, we're just trying to figure that. Now you undo addition and
Yeah.
subtraction before multiplication and division. Do you see that the -3 is multiplying the z?
Yeah.
Okay,
I just usually figure out what like the number is that multiplies.
right, and that's because you've got a good mind for math and for numbers and logic and all that, but that only gets you so far, as you probably have figured out.
Yeah.
And so, building best practices is the right way to do it in everything in life. Doesn't
Okay.
matter what you're doing. Uh,
Yeah.
by the way, real quick, are you doing any activities outside of school, sports, clubs, anything like that?
I wasn't this year, but last year I did the year before.
Great, great. So that's always
But
good.
I'm planning to do more because I'm going to high school. So
Okay, so what we're doing right now are called two-step equations, and you can pretty quickly figure out the steps. I mean, you from what I remember, you know about chess. Like there's steps in chess, there's steps in everything you do
yeah,
in life.
yeah.
The two steps, right? You're going to add one, you're going to undo addition and subtraction, then you're going to undo multiplication and division. Okay, so here, let me have you try a new problem here. This one I do want you to try on your own. And please try your best to avoid just like guessing the answer, not really guessing, but
Okay.
like try to undo the addition and subtraction first, then undo multiplication and division.
All right. I got y equals 75.
You said y equals
Wait,
75. So
um,
did you add 18 to both
13.
sides?
Wait, yeah.
Okay, so now I can see where you got that. You somehow manipulated this number and this number on the left here to get that, but you're
And
undoing it with division.
yeah.
So this becomes y equals
Oh,
-6.
oh,
All right, so let me put another problem in front of you and have
okay.
you try
I
working
wrote
this one out. Sorry, question? Do you have a question for me?
mm, I might after this.
Okay, here's the new problem on the right. Take a look at that. I'll be right back to ask you about your answer.
Okay.
How are you doing on this one?
I'm good. I think. Wait, I got -4.
Okay, so you add 5 to both sides. So that's -24 equals 8f. And then you divide by 8. So f equals -3. Maybe you just thought that was 4.
Oh, wait.
That's okay. We're just working through some problems, on a
Oh yeah. I think I got that. Yeah, I messed up. I wrote like 6F. Well, I wrote it like the 8 bad, so it looked like a 6.
Oh, okay. Okay. So I mean,
That's
that's
why I
a
was
separate issue, right? Yeah.
okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
so it sounds like you did your problem correctly. And so if I were in a classroom and a student did their problem correctly, I probably would give them credit for it.
Yeah.
But most teachers won't, they won't do that.
Yeah.
So, why don't you try this one for me, please?
Okay. I got X equals 2.
X equals 2 is correct. Good. Okay. So let's look at another type of two-step problem that you'll see here. All right, so here's a new one for you to try. It's really not that different than the last, but why don't you give this one a try and let me know what you come up with.
I got X equals 11.
X equals 11.
E.
You are correct. Good. Okay. So we're gonna look at a new problem here, and I'm gonna ask you some questions before we dive
Alright.
into how to do it. The question is, what is the number in front of X? What is the number in front of X?
-1.
Did you say -1?
Yeah.
Okay, I agree. And sometimes it's good to write that.
Yeah.
Okay.
My
Now,
algebra teacher always told me like not to.
yeah, and that's just a good approach here. Now, the reason we do that is because when you
Yeah.
subtract 7 from both sides and you get -11 equals -1x, here's the thing. That's not the answer. You have not solved for x. This is not solved for x.
Yeah.
You divide by -1, you divide by -1, x equals 11.
Okay.
Okay, so let's have you try one here. All right, there we go.
I got -5.
X is -5 for sure. Very good. All right. So you got that down. Let's go to some other questions here. So let me just put one in front of you and see. Go ahead and try this one on your own. How are you doing on this one?
Good, I think. I'm confused about this person. It said x minus 7 equals 32. And then
Okay,
do I add the 7
so
to both
so
sides?
so yeah, you're gonna undo addition and subtraction before multiplication and
Okay.
division, and all these problems we're doing. Then we'll talk about when to do other stuff. So when you add 7 to both sides, you get x
X
divided by -2 equals
equals
-9. And then what do you do here? How do you undo this division by
you
-2?
multiply -2 by both sides. It's like 9.
Good. So what does that become?
X equals positive, positive, 18.
Okay, let's have you try another one. I'll leave this one up here.
Okay, that makes more sense.
So here's another one for you to try.
All right.
You can look at those other steps. It's really similar. Obviously, just want you to go through the steps correctly this time on your own.
Yeah. Is it 8?
Hey, did you add 2 to both sides?
Yeah. I don't
So
know.
that's so you have to
Yeah, I
undo
got
addition and
that part.
subtraction.
Then
Okay,
I
then
was
you
confused.
You multiply both sides by -5. Okay, so
So,
you undo division with multiplication, and
okay, yeah.
you multiply by the same number that you're
So
dividing by.
-65.
Yes, good, good,
Okay.
good, 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 good. Okay, so let me throw another one in front of you here. Clear the screen. Again, we're not in a hurry here. You can do as many as you want.
I got K equals -45.
So you add 17 to both sides. -6 equals K over 9. Is that what you have, or did you write?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Wait.
now because if you put 5 here,
No, I
-5,
put 5. Yeah.
yeah, okay. So because your answer
How did?
was in the ballpark, but kind of off.
Okay.
It's summer, it's early, you're not excited about
Yeah, I
math.
haven't done math in a while. So.
You're not, how often does someone ask you, 9 times 6? I mean, not very often, right? So
Yeah.
here's the truth.
I
Yeah,
don't know how I
e-
multiply.
engineers, people who take high level math, they forget their math if they don't use it. Just like anything
Yeah.
else. If you don't use it, you lose it. Um, I don't have the expectation that you're going to be this like math superstar today,
Yeah.
but I hope that with some time you'll,
Yeah. I'm a little rusty because I haven't done math for a little bit.
yeah, fair enough here. So let's try one more of these types and then we'll go back to a couple more of another. All right, why don't you try this one for me, please?
Is it 108?
Let's take a look here. Sounds pretty good. Add 2, -9 equals t divided by 12, multiply both sides by 12. T is -108. And the preference here is to have the variable on the left. We read from left to right
Yeah.
in the English language, right? Other languages are different. The English language, though, left to right, math is left to right, things like that. Okay, good job on that. So I want to throw up another couple of problems in front of
Yeah.
you, and we're going to talk about these
Alright.
first before I have you do some on your own. But here's kind of a classic problem here where if you look at the side with the variable, and that's where your focus has to be. Your focus has to be on the side with the variable. Okay. Now you first undo addition and subtraction before
Yeah.
multiplication and division. Is this 20 being added or subtracted on the
It's
right?
being subtracted.
Okay, so if that were true, there would be a subtraction operator in front of it.
I mean,
So remember,
oh,
so remember,
I
so
meant, I
remember the,
meant, I meant when you're like on both sides and you're getting rid of it.
okay, and that's fair, that's fair. So the operator though comes before the number.
Yeah,
So if there's no operator, it's implied that it's positive. And then you're right, to undo it, you'd subtract 20 from both sides.
yeah.
Now this subtraction goes with the 9, so it's really negative
Mhm.
9s. And then you divide by negative 9, s equals negative 4, like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me see if I can find a couple more. I'm gonna have to handwrite a few of these for this one, but let's have you try this one here. So 85 equals 25 minus 4y. Could you go ahead and solve for y for us, please?
I got y equals negative 15.
Okay, let's take a look here. That sounds pretty good. Subtract 25 from both sides. 60 equals minus 4y, divide by negative 4, divide by negative 4, so y equals negative 15, which is what you said there. Good. Okay, so let me throw up, no, that didn't sound good. Let me put on the screen a few problems here for you to try on your
Alright.
own and see where we're at. I guess I'll call these like a mixed review here. Um, just a moment here. So these could be different. They could be easier. They could be harder than what we've been doing. They're just new problems here. So let's start with these two here. Kind of a review here at the end just to see if everything we've been talking about is making sense. So go ahead and work those out. Let me know your answers when you've got them.
Okay. Okay, for the first one, I think it's x equals 0,
Okay, for the second one.
and for the second one, it's -20.
All right, so these are both correct. Let me just throw in some steps here in case you want to look at it later. And because you won't have the. So you add 7 to both sides, 9x equals 0, divide by 9. Division is a sharing problem. You have nothing to share, but 9 people to share it with, so everyone gets nothing. On the left here, you subtract 4, so you get -4 equals n over 5. Multiply both sides by 5, and you get n equals -20, like you said there.
Okay.
All right. Okay. So the lessons are 50